Hello, welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn, and my contribution to the amazing crafty collaboration we have to share with you, featuring the new mini catalogue and celebration catalogue in January and February. My project I want to show you features the On the Ocean suite, which includes this gorgeous 11-piece stamp set and a 12-piece die set that goes with it. The dies have outlines for the boat, the wheel, the cloud, and I think that's it. And then the dies include some beautiful wavy notions, as well as boat pieces, skull and crossbones, and a couple of extra flags. My card is one of my favourites, which is a double Z fold. I think this shows off this beautiful stamp set really, really well. So let us begin. I'll just pop that over there so that you can see that. Okay, I'm featuring Night of Navy and lots of blues for my card, and a double Z fold is basically half of your piece of cardstock cut in half lengthways and then folded in half and half again to create the Z. And then this little piece on the front is exactly the same folds, but folded the opposite way so that your Z creates this lovely little box detail in the middle. Now my card base, as I said, is Night of Navy. My wave detail on the front is actually Starry Sky, which is a lovely deep blue colour. And for my background, I'm using part of this gorgeous paper that's also featured in the catalogue, and it coordinates with the two-tone flowers, and it has beautiful painted imagery. Oops, there's the back of the card. It's called Fancy Flora 6x6. Beautiful painted imagery with lots of bold brush strokes and great colours on both sides. So there's a more detailed side, and then there's the neutral side. So beautiful flowers on one side and then a neutral side. And I've just chosen one of the neutral sides featuring the lovely deep blues. See those gorgeous paint splodges to act as my background for my boat. So let's just pop that on there. I've got a large piece for the inside of my card. One there. It's just a little bit of a border all the way around, and then another piece for the front of my card. And then for the inside of my card, I've got a piece of vanilla, which we need to stamp on. So how about I do my stamping next? Now I have already done some of my stamping. I've stamped the greeting that goes on the top there and my extra ship that goes there. I'll put them in later on. But for the inside of my card, I'd like to use this lovely watery image here for some ocean detail, and then my greeting, which is "You are a treasure." And maybe on this card I'll add the birds, because I always love birds on almost any project I do, actually, especially if it's a scene. Okay, so with my Night of Navy, I just get some ink on here and my Stampin' Pearson mat to create lovely, and just do that one twice. And it doesn't really matter how you go, because the imagery all stamps absolutely magnificently. Now my greeting, "You are a treasure," in the center, and then some birds at the top and a couple across there. There we go. Now I can add that inside my card. Pop you out of the way, and that one goes in here. And then I can do all of the other assembly of the card. Now, when I stick my double Z fold on, my preferred method to do it is while the card is folded. That way you know it will fold effectively and fit into your envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to put some seal on that section and that section. That way I know I'll have just enough to cover. So I'll line that up with my front bottom corner there. And then this one up with just loosely, not too tight, the other bottom corner. And then seal it while it's all folded. That way you know that it will fold properly when it's to go into the envelope. For my extra wavy piece, I've used the die with the beautiful in colour glimmer paper. This one I think is the Orchid Oasis paper. But I've also put on the back some adhesive sheet. And when it comes to taking the die piece off, I just find it easier to take the whole thing out of the center and remove the adhesive sheet at the same time. And then I can just peel that off. And you'll see this is a super easy, fun, quick way to add your waves, your wave detail to the front of your card. Where are we? I don't want to bend all of those gorgeous curly cues on the... You go down. Almost there. And one more. Okay. Here they are. Looking a little worse for the wear. Luckily they're waves, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to start from the left. Better open out your card, Julia, so that just in case. There we are. And stick all of that down. Easy peasy Japanesey. Now my other bit is a bit I cut before I remembered to put the adhesive sheet on. So you'll see when I put this one on, which way will I go? I think I'll go this way. But it's not quite as easy as using the adhesive sheet. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my Tombow here. Just put a couple little dobs on each of the crucial corners. Not very much because I don't want it to go everywhere. There we go. And pop that one down there. And while that's drying off, I'll set that aside. Now look at my boat pieces. Look at this beautiful hull and that great piece on the front. These are two separate dies of the sails, and they actually fit over the top of one another, which I think is a great detail to give a lot more dimension to the actual imagery. But before we do that, I'm going to just get my scratch piece of paper here and add a little bit of colour to simulate the masts there, and some crumb cake and a little bit of the blending brush just on the edges. Oh, so that's a bit much, a bit more than I anticipated, so that it gives it just a little bit more shape. A little bit more here. Now I need to add a little bit more to the bottom. Seeing I went so heavy on the top. Okay, that should be enough. That looks like slightly weathered sails. And I'm also going to curl them a bit with my fingers so that they look more like they're billowing full of the wind. And add double layers of Stampin' Dimensionals in the middle. Only got my edge pieces left to go. There we are. And two little mini ones for the top little sail. I'm sure there's a proper name for it. The top one, the topsail. And then just some edge pieces, one level on each of the sides of the sails, and then attach that. Have I got everything? Yep. To my other sails here to create that lovely dimensional look. There we go. Alright, first of all I'm going to attach. Just got to make sure this one will fit. So I'll add, I think, dimensionals again to this one. There we go. And attach my sail to the front of my card. Just peeking out just a little bit. That'll still fit in the envelope. And then the hull of my boat down the bottom, in amongst the waves. There we go. And then my other boat over this side, and amongst the waves here. And my other greeting, which I've actually used the Stylish Shapes dies, the longest skinny one, for this little greeting, hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. And what a great way to start with our new mini catalogue and celebration promotion. There you go. There's my card featuring the On the Ocean suite with the gorgeous stamp set and fantastically fun dies. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll give it a go. Bye bye now. Thanks for joining me.